is a cold and chilly day as we venture on deeper into the winter season here in New England. Post will be in white jerseys and white shorts. Charleston in their maroon shirts and maroon shorts as we get ready to get underway. And it looks like the Golden Eagles will have possession of the ball first. It is also to be noted that later on today, whoever wins this matchup will be playing the winner of Davison Elkins versus Franklin Pierce, which will be streaming live on this very same platform at 6 o'clock.
And that looks like a really good game. Davison Elkins, very high-scoring team, and Franklin Pierce, I mean, just the same. But in this for this game right now, I think we're going to see a really good one.
Hey everybody, this is Tim.
And I agree with
This
you.
is Tim.
It's going to come down to
Round Sweet 16.
And folks, I apologize. Actually, Post will be in the maroon and maroon shirts and shorts, while it is Charleston University with the white shorts. So actually, it will be Post goalie and that team that has the sun beaming on them. As Post starts off with possession,
NCAA
ball through.
NCAA
What's going to roll all the way to the
round of
keeper,
16.
Mark Toretto.
Post versus University of Charleston. So let's see. She's gonna win.
Toretto really taking his time.
I saw Post play
heavily with pressure.
Twice. 2 weeks ago.
Now as the launch comes down.
Yes, I competition balls the championship.
But Charleston did come away with possession.
They ended up winning.
The way and Post into Charleston's area.
Curious to see which team is going to be able to get settled in first. Ball has yet to really find the ground that much.
Can't figure this out.
Part of this game, but
this is good.
Both teams got to find a way to really control that midfield.
You know, guys.
And after the thrown from Post, it was gone out of territory by Charleston. And the Charleston player goes down, which will result in a free kick for them. Post player with a high kick catching the Charleston player in the
yeah, studs up there. Not a great challenge. Early in this game, the ref's going to let them get away with that one.
Charleston now. Cross comes in, and the shot on net blocked away by Post defender. Looked like John Razier able to step in front of the shot.
And that was a very blatant scoring opportunity. Great way to put the ball into the dangerous area with the goalkeeper not having yet to face a shot. Scary moment there for Post.
Charleston with their first corner attempt. Ball comes in the air, comes down loose, but Charleston's able to regain the clear. Swiping at it was Felipe Mercado, but just unable to get a clean kick on it, and it will go out and be a goal kick for Post. Rolled out. Razier now. Passing the ball off to Omar Florindo. But it's going to go out. And after some discussion, it is going to be a Post throw-in, but just farther back than they would have liked. Florindo clearing. And now coming down with his Charleston as they look to play through their back, starting with Tristan Rose. Played it off to Luis Mestre, who launched the ball, but just a bit too far, and Soren Jensen able to settle it down. Razier to Florin. And now here comes the Post with an opportunity as Francisco Souza gives it off to Omar Florindo, who tried to cross, but it's going to be denied by Charleston's defense, and they clear it out.
And with Post beating Mercyhurst in the second round,
the back line for Charleston is going to have to play an important role in stopping that offense.
Yeah, and we just saw that. We just saw it first right there. A great scoring opportunity for Post. Incredible that the forward is able to stay on his feet after getting tripped. Advantage was played, but no more.
And looking for the call on the long stumble was Post University, but just unable to, as you point out, Gavin. But really, both teams, as we're just about 5 minutes into this game, no team seeming to have more of an advantage on the other. Both teams getting, it seems, equal amount of opportunities and quality opportunities.
Well, I wouldn't say quality opportunities. No, there have been no shots on net, but we're seeing Post have the better looks of trying to get it into the offensive zone.
And Aritz Alonso looking to continue that as he gives it off to Manuel Rilova, who tried a cross but it's going to be headed away by the Charleston defense. Post able to recover quickly. Gianna Salemi now trying to cross, but a good slide tackle.
Post is trying to say it was a handball.
But ref's not giving the call, and Charleston now trying to get it out of their end of the field, and they do. Coming down the line now is Eduardo Aranzo. Now Matei Vizona with a cross, just going over the head. A shot seems to go off, and Post. Players taken down. Aritz Alonso. It's going to award them a free kick.
We're definitely seeing Post right now be the more relaxed team on the field.
They just seem to have an extra step ahead of Charleston. And I like what they're doing along this left-hand side. We see Vizzoni finding his way into the middle a little bit too much and creating a lot of space for the wingers.
Alonso is fighting for possession after defensive from Sanchez, but losing it. Charleston now working through the defensive line.
And Tristan Rose of
Guys.
West Virginia has gotten a lot of touches early, Gavin, as a back.
Yeah, I mean, he's had to really. Post has done a great job getting that ball up the field and really putting pressure on the back line.
Speaking of Rose, getting 2 headers on that clear from Jensen, able to get Charleston back in Post's territory. Eduardo Aranzo now looking and finding Mattia Venzo, who looked for Felipe Mercado, but blocked away by Post. But Charleston's still able to keep it in Post territory.
Just the way Charleston
And a little bit of
they seem
bronchitis.
a little bit
Some
lost.
cough.
They're scrambling, trying to
Can help
get the
it.
ball back. It's like they're trying to they're chasing everyone around.
Yeah, and maybe that's credit to them not being used to playing in this weather that you mentioned in pregame, but they're not going to be looking for any excuses today.
Well, I talked about in the pregame that they're known to be in this position. The expectation for them is to get to the Final Four, and they have the last 2 years, winning the national championship in 2019 against Cal State.
Charleston has been a pillar at the top of Division II men's soccer in recent memory and are trying to get back to the top of that mountain once again. But Post really playing some quality defense as Sergio Sanchez gives possession and tries to get it out. Saleme seemed to be tripped up, but no call. Charleston now regrouping, looking to attack. As it's played back to Rose. Zoni and Rose playing pass between each other. Now switching sides of the field. Over to Luis Mestre. Playing it along the line. A good give and go between Charleston. But Post not making it easy for Charleston to advance much farther, but a good through ball attempted. But Omar Florindo able to intercept it.
Charleston seems to be doing a lot better along their left-hand side, along that far side of the field. I want to see them utilize that a little bit more.
Steven Sprouson with a long ball.
Another thing to add when it comes to post is that they're working both sidelines, not playing anything in the middle of the field.
And Eduardo Arenza with a great cross for Francisco Souza. And excuse me, it was Aritz Alonso with the cross, but a fantastic opportunity there for the Post Eagles, but just unable to capitalize.
And that's what Post is doing when it comes to opportunities. They are, it all starting with them working the sidelines and throwing the ball into play.
Yeah, and I like the little creativity that we just saw in there.
Golden Eagles.
Not far wide.
Golden
That
Eagles.
little heel flick.
Post definitely being the better team right now.
Post definitely showing that so far in the early goings of this game. As we're just about 10 minutes in, and it's still 0-0 between the Charleston Golden Eagles and the Post University Eagles. Post now
To get that breakfast here.
trying to get up and out of their zone, but unable to. And John Reeser now trying to get back on defense. A cross in, blocked down by Sergio Sanchez.
And
A cross again in from Charleston. And a very high kick, catching a Post player in the face. The whistle's blown.
Love to see the sportsmanship there, though. He knew it was coming.
And luckily for Santiago Hoyas, no card is going to be given to him. Jensen playing the kick to Rezer. Post having trouble getting out of their end.
One thing, Rob, that I think is interesting is Post is doing a good job getting through that back line of Charleston. They have 4 people working the back line, and Post had 3 good opportunities early in this first half.
They have, and Charleston really trying to find their game, coming in as the number 2 seed in this region.
Number 6 overall in the country for Division II. Mount East champions this past season.
And they're looking to do that as Lewis Redding playing a cross into the middle, but just unable to be handled by Felipe Mercado. But Charleston still with possession. A shot or a cross is put in, but Post able to clear it momentarily.
What? I'm
Plays will
enjoying
continue
this.
as 2 players are down. A shot's had by Felipe Mercado, but it's going to be blocked by John Rezer. And now play is stopped as Post player is able to get up in David Mazza, but still down to Charleston Golden Eagle.
Yeah, and just prior to that, though, another chance on the top of the box for Charleston. That's 2 now that they really just whiffed on. Like to see them clean it up, and maybe a scoring opportunity will arise.
And that was Santiago Hoyas that did go down, able to get up. As now we are able to continue play. Charleston keeping possession. Lewis Redding with a pass to Felipe Mercado. Felipe Mercado now had it, but passing it off to Duvan Canchilla. But Post is able to almost get out of their zone, but a good step by Tristan Rose. Post now switching sides of field and are able to clear it out of their zone. Moving up the field is Steven Sprouson. Giving it off to Gianante Salemi. And now working it back through in their zone is Post. Jensen out of his net. Playing it to Resser. Resser with some time. Wanted to play through ball, but a bit of miscommunication. Be a throw in for Charleston.
Yeah, this is ball there, but I like what I've seen from Reeser today so far. seems to always be in the right
No.
area to really intercept that ball.
Hoyas with a good header off the throw-in.
Excited, but we lost a lot of
But the
soccer.
aggressive play from post
Yeah,
forwards
that's
have
I
gotten
think.
them the ball back.
Oh,
Well, the one thing with post is that
that's
they're
a
able
high
to
school
break
soccer
through
game going, so.
the Golden Eagle back line.
Resser now playing with pass with the defensive back line. Through ball is played, but just too high, and Charleston's going to get there first, but Post able to keep it in.
Now watching another game. Watch another.
Francisco Souza with possession.
I watched the Division One
Good
game
move to
tonight.
cross in,
Sorry, I forgot. Fairly
but blocked
Dickinson.
away by the Charleston defense.
I find Sean.
That's great defense by Conchilla.
I find Sean is a
It
freshman.
is, but that ball has got to come in higher. We've had few crosses now in
Or
this game
Fairly
for Post.
Dickinson.
Open
I watched his
alongside
game
that
tonight.
left wing, but the ball is just too low and easy to break up.
And now Post in their end with the throw-in. Played up by Charleston, but Sergio Sanchez able to head it down. Florindo playing it back to Resser as Post is going to try and get out of their end. Resser with possession, playing over to Florindo. A good move to get by a player, and then he's tripped up, and Post will get a free kick.
What a run, though, to find free
It's crazy,
space.
guys.
By two men with some quick feet before getting
Into the soccer season almost gone.
But Post still deep in their end, trying to get out.
Can't believe it. Well,
Resser. Gonna play back to Jensen.
2 weeks since the last time I coached.
Jensen with time is going to play the long ball. But Charleston's able to get under it. And with good pressure, they're able to gain possession. Rose now playing it over to Bizzoni.
How'd you think about it that way?
Redding making a run in the cross, but just unable to connect.
Yeah, I can't even think about it.
Post is going to clear it
That way.
out.
That's the
but not far enough as Charleston's able to regain it and now are regrouping through their back line.
that's what I coached.
This will be important right now for the
2
Golden
weeks ago will be
Eagles
tomorrow.
to have a good, solid possession in the offensive zone.
Doing pretty good
They
though. I
want to
mean,
get something going right now because Post.
my off season's going pretty well.
Gavin, and one of the things that I allude to in the pregame, Post can control the tempo of the game.
Absolutely, they've
Before-
done so far. Exactly what we wanted to see from them coming in here. Now snow's falling a
That's
little
work
bit
hard. Just got
more
to
now.
recruit a little bit.
So we'll see what Charleston does to adjust.
And Post is used to this weather, but it's interesting because it's a really weird day in Ringe. We have sun, snow, and snowflakes now coming into the press box.
So that's what.
And the
That's what
snow's been off and on, sometimes
Mhm.
coming in heavy for about 10 minutes spans and then going away. But Charleston seeming to adjust well as they just gained themselves their second corner kick of the game.
This is how Charleston is going to capitalize off the corner kick, off free kicks, or throw-ins. They have to execute anytime they have possession in the offensive zone.
Cross coming in now, high with a good curve. No one seeming to get a clear touch on it, and it's going to curve out of bounds and be an Eagles goal kick. But a good stand there from Post.
Yeah, and a good job by them to not force Jensen to have to make a save and just be able to box out and let that ball roll out of bounds.
But Post struggling to get it out of their end after the goal kick as Charleston has ramped up their aggressiveness from their forwards, especially
I'm my
with
friend have
attacking.
asked me before.
I mean, yeah, they came in pretty slow. Definitely got some words from their coach to really get this one going.
Charleston now with possession, as Luis Maestrada was able to gain it. Charleston working their way. Just crossing center field line. A good give and go. And now an opportunity, but Rezer able to step in front and get the ball out of harm's way as a 2-on-2 is looking to happen for the Golden Eagles.
I like how the
McIntyre still trying to get it.
Very true, as there hasn't been much calls and some aggressive play.
And I talked about it. The Zoni and Rose, a lot of touches for that Charleston back line.
Not what you like to hear if you're Daniel Smee.
When you look at Daniel Smee, a great 5 years with the Golden
Oh,
Eagles so
McIntyre.
far. 2 national
With all those
championships.
white shirts
3
trying to get
regional
out of it, McIntyre
championships,
still
and
passed
4
it. Riley.
Mountain East
Go
Conference
get the
tournament
McIntyre.
and
Score.
championships.
What a stat line for him.
Free kick award to Post University. And it is to mention that the Mountain East had 3 of their teams come out and be in this tournament. Just recently, Notre Dame Falcons unfortunately lost to the Franklin Pierce Ravens. And then also Davis and Elkins, who's going to be playing the Franklin Pierce Ravens, all made the
On the
tournament.
far side.
Notre Dame and Charleston actually played in the finals, while Davis and
Exactly.
Elkins made it to the semis and lost in PKs to Notre Dame.
Yeah, Charleston only beat Notre Dame, Ohio 2-1. And when you look at the series between Charleston and Davis and Elkins, they split the season series.
Which is crazy to say.
Let's give us fun now, guys. I mean,
Although they got
watching
knocked
this
out in
game-
the semifinals, has had an absolutely outstanding season. Most prolific
I'm
scoring
trying to
team in the
get
country. So that really attests
Think of it,
to
it's a
this
big video
Charleston
go for
back
this
line,
week.
who's done really well in the
my
beginning of
week
this game.
vlog,
But
so
for Charleston, second best offense in the country for Division II.
As we get back, Francisco Souza with a good move on Charleston, able to beat his man and play the ball across field. But Post electing to play through their backfield once again and look to get started with John Resser, who's going to play up to Florindo. Trying to make a move on Eduardo Aranzo.
it's fun
by the
now. I
name.
mean, I can't
So now
complain, you
Charleston
know.
quick to switch fields.
That's just soccer. Like,
Aranzo keeping play in. Unable to get by the 2
soccer my life,
Eagles
so
defenders.
I get better player. I've been around a
Now
game of
post.
soccer
Looking to clear out
For-
on the far side of the field.
my whole
They do.
life. No lie.
Sprouson
I think
with a good run, giving it off to
at 34,
Saleme.
I think I started when I was
Charleston
about,
with some good defensive
4.
play. Able to steal, and now they're on the run.
no, 35, my man.
Great sliding tackle by Post.
Now you can't hold
What
it.
an
Forget
extra
how old
effort.
you are, guys. 35, and Been playing
Cagliari
around.
had that great speed.
I've been around a game
going
of soccer
through
since I was about
Post
4.
defense, Cagliari 2 goals in the last 4 games. Scored in the Mount East championship game against Notre Dame, Ohio.
And
A lot of these players, when you look at it, Gavin,
I loved the game, and
they peaked at the right time during the playoffs. When you look at
the game of
Post,
soccer actually gave
you
me
look at
a lot of
6 goals in the last 7
Oh,
games
great
for
memories.
Bermudez, 6 goals in the season for Eduardo Iranzo, also a 19 national championship team.
from
Just when you look at everyone individually, all
from
has something to bring to the table.
from like
And
to high
really
school
just
to
players that know that
like,
really step up their game even more so than
English
they
clear
did
to
the
high
regular
school.
season. If they want a chance to move on and keep playing, keep their season alive.
And that they will do. But now as we resume back to play, Charleston once again in the Post Eagles territory, trying to get
Wait a little bit
another quality opportunity.
after high school, but
Who's running with a cross
I
in,
didn't
again,
play.
blocked by that Eagles defense.
I wait for fun. It's high
Charleston able
school.
to regain the rebound.
Pick up
Leone with a
with
cross in,
competitive and then
just missing the head of Hoyas.
step back.
But Charleston able to keep possession.
I was getting any younger.
Now man plays down. And Charleston's able to keep it in, and instead of a goal kick, it's going to be a throw-in.
So when I got back, I played, and then I took a couple years off. I want to. I mean,
Now as we're approaching about 20 minutes left to go in this first half, only 3 shots between the teams.
it's a pretty
2
fast first
for
half, guys. I
Charleston,
can't
1
believe
for
it.
Post.
How fast?
And the really
Yeah, first half is
slow,
dead.
methodical game, not something we would have expected coming into this matchup.
Yeah, and I expected coming in Charleston to really set the tempo early and get a lot of chances on Jensen. But really, when you look at it, it's the other way around.
I would definitely put up a
Post came ready to play, and I just saw you writing, Gavin.
video every day. So
definitely needed. That's what we're looking to see. If you're a spectator, we would love to see some more excitement.
Yeah, not much created here early in this game. I like to see some shots on net, really test these keepers. Weather is cold.
I love the game and
Post keepers' eyes.
soccer.
And I can argue the conditions are playing a role in how these teams are playing right now in the Sweet 16.
Post now trying to clear, but once again, Charleston able to keep it in.
It feels like the Golden Eagles, they have to regroup so much more than Post that they're scrambling when they reset at midfield.
Yeah, Post is doing a really good job of winning the ball and finding the open areas so that they can really just relax and look at who they have down the field.
And they're trying to, but it looks like for Charleston that they're getting ready to bring in their first sub, J.O. Kilmudas, getting ready to come in. But Post now with a cross into the center, but just unable to connect there. Good play by Charleston, able to cover up that cross.
Huge interception there, right on the 6-yard box. Probably would have found the back of the net if it had reached the head of the attacker.
It's rolled all the way to the near side. It's going to be a throw-in deep in Golden Eagle territory. As a cross comes into the center, up they go, no one coming down with it. And Charleston able to clear.
Is it colder than you thought it'd be?
But not all the way out, as Sprouson's able to keep the ball in. But the Post Eagle trips, and Charleston with a cross coming in, but Rezer with a good block. And it looks like Charleston's really been trying to hit Santiago Hoyas all game long.
Yeah, they're finding a lot of space along that right-hand side. Haven't been able to capitalize on it, however.
And the substitutions now come in. Charleston coming off for them will be Felipe Mercado as well as Paul Caleri.
And Joao Bermudez is a really good guy to come onto the field for Charleston, who's looking for the first shot on net of
one
the
of my
game.
friends just
Guy who scored
picture.
6 goals in the last 7 games in prolific form.
And also for Charleston, Sam Bethel will be coming in, and he had a major impact in the last game, coming in as a sub on defense. He played 60 minutes in the last game coming off the bench.
So two
probably
hopeful game changers.
Oh, possibly.
Charleston now waits third corner kick opportunity.
Sunday. Wow, that's crazy.
Ball comes in. And the touch, but a good save by Jensen. Great opportunity there for Charleston.
Yeah, great reactions by Jensen, a defender screening him. But when they get the touch on, he's ready to respond.
And that was Duvan Canchilla with the opportunity there for Charleston. But a good look for them as they've been struggling to find offense and get shots on net.
Yeah, and that's the first one of the game.
I don't know.
Also, we had substitutions for Post as Aronu Fabriga and Andrea Beretti come in for them. So both teams with 2 subs coming in.
And going after what you said, Gavin, I think Rezer has been the best defender on the field so far. Just being able to get the ball out of the defensive zone and just have Charleston reset after every possession.
Yeah, absolutely. He's really reading the play very well and finding his way in between those passes.
And Charleston going to get a free kick as they're going to say that Steven Sprousen playing a little too aggressive.
Yeah, it looked like he just pushed off a little bit. Get that
Oh,
momentum
well,
going towards the ball.
play, let me play.
Refs having none of that.
I mean, I don't know.
And due to its position, especially so close to the sideline, this might
I mean,
end
I
up
don't
being
know.
almost, in a sense, a corner kick opportunity as it's at about even with the 15-yard line.
Yeah, and with a cross coming
I
in
don't
as
know.
we
Park
expect,
Buffalo.
we expect an
Does
instant
anybody
goal.
know?
Really just got to get
Let me
everything
know.
on it to direct it towards goal.
2-man wall set for Post. A step over from one Charleston player, and the cross coming in from another up in the air. But just unable to find a home as it's going to go out of bounds and be a goal kick for Post University Eagles.
Yeah, disappointing end to that attack. Great opportunity to get another shot on net and test Jensen once again.
Fabriga now with a clear. A quick touch was tried by Zaleme to Alonso, but just unable to connect, and Charleston's able to quickly switch fields. Keeping it in. Lewis Redding. Players trip up, and the yellow card is going to be awarded to Charleston. That's going to be Luis Mestre getting the yellow card.
Yeah, Maestre hadn't really had a tackle in this game that he's had to make. Got one there. First of his game, but the ref has warned a lot of players early on.
I heard the yellow card.
He was just on the receiving end of that yellow card.
And he'll have to be careful because if he's awarded another yellow card, he will be out for the game. And Charleston will be a man down for the rest of play. Saleme able to gain possession and cross over to Florindo. It's going to be kicked out of bounds by Bethel. Post moving quickly after the throw-in. Florindo trying to move along that line, but just kicking it a little too far. And it's going to be a throw-in for Charleston. A long throw coming in. Post looking for a foul call as Sanchez was taken down, but will not gain it.
I do not like this
Now
now,
Jensen
guys.
with a bomb to midfield. Post able to come down with
I
it,
do not like this now at all.
but whistle's going to be blown. Offside's actually called, a very close one since it was near midfield.
Right?
Good
I don't
job
like
by
this now,
Charleston's
boy.
defensive backs.
I think it would be cool to
Yeah,
coach
just
in this
offside when the ball
now.
was played. Unfortunate.
One game.
Called a little bit later.
I mean, I don't like
probably
this
would
now,
have
you know what I mean?
liked to play on.
Charleston taking advantage of that offsides call
Um,
as they're able to work their way into the Eagles' end of the field. But Post with good pressures now, they look to regroup. Tristan Rose with possession. Going to play it over to Sam Bethel. Eduardo Lorenzo able to play it off of Florindo.
God.
Charleston moving with the throw-in. A cross coming in, but it's going to be deflected by Florindo. And again, Charleston with another. Actually, it's not looking like it was tipped at all. And it's going to be a goal kick for Post University. Post now. Long ball played. Neither player was able to win it, but it was last touched by Post player, so it's going to be a throw-in for Charleston. in Charleston getting ready to substitute another player in.
And that is Eduardo Barros, senior forward out of Volta Redonda, Brazil.
Very dispersed nationally, this team is. They've worked so well together all season.
And he'll have to wait until Charleston gets another possession. But with a shot on net, going to hit the left upright.
That's a good
But a good attempt there, nonetheless, from out far. Just trying to get something on net. Once again, it's Duvan can chill.
Good all man.
And
Hoyos
Hoyos is going to check out.
Yeah, they've been looking at him for the majority of this first half. He's been a workhorse, really, for this Golden Eagle side.
No winning.
Post now after the goal kick. Once again, playing up the close side and able to clear it out. But an unlucky touch for Alonso. It's going to be a throw-in for Charleston. The ball comes in. It's going to be headed down by Barros. But Post able to regain it. A good step by Charleston's defense.
I'm trying to get over these stuff.
As Charleston's
Right now,
able
man.
to put a lot of pressure on Post and force a throw in right next to that corner flag on the far side of the field.
Stuff set up now. I'm also two different fantasy baseball leagues. So
Post able to switch sides of the field. As they're moving up now by a good step from San Bethel and another throw in for Post.
Yeah, you feel like this is really just a defensive battle, and both teams are going to need something special to get this game going.
And hoping to do so as we're nearing just 10 minutes to go in this first half, still with a 0-0 score.
And to add on to that, just one shot on net.
Charleston now playing the ball to the close side of the field. Bethel playing back to Rose. Rose back over to Bethel.
together now.
Cross.
Set up.
And it's going to get to Barrows. Charleston able to keep it in. Lorenzo with some good feet. But Post able to stand tall at that 18 box. He cleared it out to the point where they get a free kick.
Yeah, Salimi's looked really lively throughout this first half so far. I really like the way he's been playing.
Go back and track.
And going off what you said about Salimi playing well, 4 goals in the last 6 games. He is one of my players to watch for Post.
Definitely been very active throughout this game, having a couple of key opportunities and good looks for this Post Eagles team.
Well, we're seeing Charleston, West Virginia. They're getting opportunities, but they're not quality chances. That's the difference for Charleston right now. They have to find a way to get better looks in the offensive zone.
Neither team really has been able to work their way into that
doing this
box
live stream. And
so
also,
far. Really disappointing offensively from both teams.
And both teams looking to bring in subs as Charleston awaits Joseph Gasper and Georgios Diakos looking to come in. And for Post, they've got a player waiting to come in as well. Tall man with the number 99.
Finn Lanzer
getting ready to come in. As the snow still continues to come down. A little lighter now than just previously before.
I kind of like the move by both coaches to have a lot of substitutions in this contest.
And Charleston now look to have a good opportunity, but just losing possession there. Post able to regain and now clearing it. But Charleston still just able to win those long balls and keep it deep in Post territory. Because now it's stolen by Bethel. Bethel making some moves, playing the corner ball for Barrows. But just a little bit of miscommunication, it's going to go out and be a goal kick. And with that, the subs will come in for each side.
It was a great interception. Thought we were going to see a quality scoring opportunity there. Just not much going the direction of either team offensively.
And both teams with their subs looking to gain some energy as Eduardo Aranzo coming off, as well as Luis Mestre for Charleston. And then for Post, Omar Florindo coming off for them. So both teams now with under 10 minutes to go. Still a 0-0 score. Looking to get one on the board before the end of this half. Post gaining a free kick. Fabriga looks to set up. Giving it to Sergio Sanchez, who's going to play it across field. Settled down. It's Brownson now. Looking and finding Finn Lanzer, but losing possession along the sideline, and Charleston once again regaining possession. Coming in off the throw in, Charleston. A good move, making the player fall, but unable to connect with anybody. Post now, moving through. Lanzer, good move on Gasper. Lanzer back with possession, but it's just going to roll underneath him. It's going to be a throw-in again for Charleston. Charleston working their way up through the throw-ins on the sideline. Bethel looking at his options. Makes a decision, but Post able to get there first. So now they look to clear out. But the Iacos able to get to the loose ball first, and Charleston able to keep possession. Bethel playing it along the back line as they're able to switch fields. Post with light pressure now, only with one player really attacking that defensive back.
Yeah, definitely a switch from what we saw early in this game. They come out with 4 people pressuring. Now just down to 1.
Rose with a long ball. Again, Post able to see it and settle it down. Now trying to get out of their end.
Now we're seeing the Golden Eagles pressure Post. I think it's safe to say, Gavin, Rob, the last 10 minutes have been all Charleston.
Yeah, and you're seeing a lot of substitutes from them too. That might have something to do with it.
When you look at their schedule from this past season, most of their games have been blowouts. 1-9-1 against Alderson Brodus back on October 12th. 1-6-1 at West Liberty on October 1st. And then 5-0 against Concord on October 29th. And they ran through everybody in the Mount East playoffs.
Yeah, definitely a change.
Charleston looking like they're going to get an opportunity here. Just exploding off the foot, but still Charleston knocking on the door. But looks like they're going to elect to regroup.
Well, they have to regroup because they anticipated Charleston to get something going in the box.
And speaking of Post, getting ready to bring in at least one more substitution, Nicholas Ignastius, who has been their point leader for them all season long.
Scored against Codwell in the CACC playoffs. 6 goals for him overall in the season.
As he's going to have to wait. But a foul is called on Charleston. And Post is going to have a free kick just behind midfield.
Wow, this is crazy.
Really, as we've
This is very
now under
fast-paced.
5 minutes to go in this half. What does either team need to do to get that first goal on the board?
Well, for Post, they really just need
update
to
when I
hold
get
possession.
it.
We've seen them do very well on the defensive end, but other than that, they
Half
just
time.
immediately lost the ball, and since the first minutes of this game, haven't really been able to create any score of opportunities.
Something that we're seeing for Charleston is they're adding speed and they're winning those loose ball battles and they're setting up at midfield. And they have not allowed posts to get past midfield.
Yeah, so basically it's just really down to putting shots on net.
And Charleston now looking like they have an opportunity as a cross comes in, and it's a shot, and it's a goal! Charleston going up 1-0, and it looks like Lewis Redding is the one to put it in.
I mean, it really was coming for this team. You can't really say that either team was super clear to score the first goal, but Charleston just maintained possession, and they really deserved the first goal of this game.
Lewis Redding, his 5th goal of the season. And finally, they were able to get through the post-back line. And we just talked about it, Gavin, that Charleston, they've been the better team the last 10 minutes, and they have just found a way to execute. I even said it in my notes. Execute on offense.
Oh!
Kick. It took a while, but they finally did it when it mattered most.
Yeah, maybe not right from the opening kick, but it's come. And Lewis Redding, a huge goal it might be for this post side who can't seem to find their feet in the attacking zone.
Where is this
Well, that is Charleston, they have the experience. A lot of these guys were on that 2019 national championship team. They know what's at stake. This is a post team that just upset number 2 Mercyhurst in the tournament.
And Charleston looking for more after Lewis Redding scored off of the assist from Eduardo Barros as another cross comes in, but Post able to head it away, not far enough.
Oh, Post is
still loose. Player goes down, whistle blown.
the other way
It's going to
around.
be called on Charleston. As now Post trying to tie the game up before the end of this half. Now being down 1-0 with just
There's
little
one yellow
under 3
card
minutes to
hanging
go.
out.
Yeah, I like the
Charleston.
simulation call there from the ref. He
Charles.
seemed to be going down even before the defender had a touch. Caught him there for flopping, and rightly so.
And Post, along with Ignatius, bringing in Alberto Soleta. Hopefully they can create some magic for this Eagles team late in the half.
Charleston number 6.
Yeah, and Anagnostitis
He got a
is
yellow
a guy
card.
who really brings a senior presence coming off the bench.
Charleston
I'd like
number
to see him
45
help gain that
got
solidity
the goal.
in the midfield.
And the
And
free
number
kick's going to be
Charleston number
awarded
46
as
got
Finn
the
Lanzer
assist.
coming in and giving a heavy shoulder on Joseph Gasper. Charleston looking for more than just the free kick, but ref deemed no more.
Alright.
Bethel electing to play it short to
Oh no.
Franchilla. Charleston now working through their defensive backs. Entering the zone, but Post able to block him and looking to send Alonso on the run, but Charleston able to regroup as a defense. And now will be a
It's
throw
fun to watching this game.
for the Golden Eagles as it does go off
Like
Alonso.
I said, I haven't really watched
Right now, still trying to add another
many
goal
of them.
before the end of the
Start the
first
first
half.
round.
Charleston really seeming to gain a lot of energy after the goal by Lowe's Redding.
Yeah, definitely a lot more comfortable in this game. They really settled in.
We're gonna stop live
About
streaming at
midway through
halftime.
that first half.
They're
Just under a minute now to go.
yeah, Bible roll.
They really don't expect Post to tie this up before half.
And a fun fact
Oh,
about Charleston
Don't wanna
this season,
stop.
they are
Don't wanna
undefeated.
keep it going and then
First.
we'll probably
They
get
only
it done
trailed
and
in
all
one
that.
game, and that was against Davis and Elkins back on
oh, yeah.
September 7th.
Not a bad team
Yeah.
to go down to.
Charleston
What are you gonna
knowing
do
how
for
to
the
keep the
halftime?
lead, and if history does repeat itself, that would lead
It's
to
fun- it was
Charleston
fun, though.
moving on to the Elite Eight.
I will
Still
go
plenty of time
more.
as we have a second half to go. But now another opportunity as Joseph Gasper with a shot on net, but a great save by Jensen. What an opportunity for Joseph Gasper beating 2 post defenders. but Jensen able to keep the score 1-0.
Good job by Jensen, sprawling out to make the save.
And-
that could be a difference maker.
Well,
That's halftime,
we're gonna
guys.
see
Gonna end it.
as the whistle's blown. Not sure if time ran out or not. And it looks like it did. It would have been an offsides on post as Alonso was looking for another opportunity. But now, as we've ended and enter halftime, Charleston late able to go up 1-0 on post.
Just took a while for them to get used to what Post was bringing at them. Post had the opportunities early. They had a few good chances.